Okay, and for our first question is from Franklin McNeil with ESPN. Please go ahead.
My first question is for Anderson. Anderson, Chael has made no secret of his feelings about you heading into this fight. All that's been said, is this the most anticipated fight for you heading into a bout in your UFC career?
Não é nenhum segredo, Anderson, todas as coisas que o Chael está falando de você antes dessa luta. Com isso sendo falado, como você se sente? Essa é uma luta que você está muito ansioso para lutar?
No. That's it?
É só isso?
Yeah. Okay. And for Chael, when you look at Anderson, you have said that you respect him as a fighter and all, but are there things that you just see that make you more confident going into this fight from him that make you say, hey, there are things that I can exploit?
I don't have anything specific. I'll start to look at tape on Anderson in the next week, maybe even starting on this upcoming weekend, and see if I can find something, physically to exploit him. Anderson's got a lot of tools. I don't see a major glaring weakness anywhere.
You've talked about recently about toughness, and that you believe that you are the tougher fighter in this fight. Why do you feel that way?
Well, I'm the toughest guy in the company, period, whether it's Anderson or any other opponent, but there's never been a guy with earrings that could out-tough me, and he's not going to be the first.
Okay. Thanks a lot.
Pleasure.
And for our next question, just from Stephen Corrado with MMAJunkie.com. Sorry.
Hi. Chael, you felt a tremendous amount of interest in this fight, and you've brought a lot of attention to yourself. It's sort of taken on a life of its own, all the attention that you've brought to the fight. Has at any point all this attention become a distraction for you in your preparation for the fight?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, you got to learn to deal with those distractions. But sure, this is distracting me right now.
Is that a negative thing then?
Probably. Everything's a negative thing. Everything's a hurdle that you have to get through. But that's the way it should be. If you're in the main event and you're going to headline an event, there should be pressure and added distractions and things to do. I'm a partner with the UFC. Anderson's an employee. There's a big difference. That's the reason all the questions keep coming to me, because I give a coherent and clear answer that somebody wants to hear, and he sits on a speakerphone in the car somewhere and says yes and no.
Thanks.
For our next question from Lee Kunston with Fox Minneapolis. Please go ahead.
Yeah, for Chael, I just read today that Team Quest in Southern California brought in Anderson's ex-Muay Thai coach. Forgive me if this has already been covered. I just jumped on the call. Have you been down training with Henderson and that arm of Team Quest at all?
No, I haven't. I left home one time to go out to train with Randy Couture and Neil Melason. But other than that, I've just been in Portland.
Okay, and you said you don't wish to finish this fight. You want to dole out punishment as long as possible. So you'd like to have a decision where you are, you get the UD and inflict the most damage. That would be your ultimate goal here in this fight.
Well, those weren't exactly my words, and no, I wouldn't agree with that statement. But I'm not of the camp that goes out and says ridiculous things like I'm going to go out and bang and one of us is going to fall down. I'm not taking any way out here. I'm not saying we're going to go out and beat each other up until one guy's not standing. Mm-hmm. I'm going to be standing. He's going to be flat on his back. And if I got to stay out there and pound on him for 25 minutes and go home and watch myself on the DVR, that's fine with me.
Sure, gotcha. Okay, for Anderson, I'm not sure if you heard the news, but your former Muay Thai coach is now training with Dan Henderson, one of your former adversaries. Do you have any opinion on that?
Anderson, você sabe que o Daniel Vaughan está agora treinando lá com o Team Quest na equipe do Dan Henderson. Você está sabendo disso e como você se sente disso?
Tô muito feliz por ele, cara. Eu acho que é uma grande oportunidade que ele está tendo e tô torcendo para que dê tudo certo para ele.
He says, yeah, I'm aware of it, and it was a great opportunity for my former coach to go down there, and I'm really rooting that it does well for him out there. It's an opportunity of his lifetime. He's moving to the United States, and I wish him the best of luck.
All right, thanks both of you guys. Good luck in the fight.
If you'd like to ask a question, press *1 on your touch-tone phone. Our next question comes from Brian Himminter with WorldX3Fighter.com. Please go ahead.
Okay, first question's for Anderson. When Dana White, what are your thoughts on Dana White saying that he could cut you from the UFC if you have a bad performance, even if you win this fight?
Que você sente do Dana White falando que até se você ganhar essa luta, se você não dar um performance bom, ele pode, sabe, te cortar. Como você se sente?
Ele pode falar o que ele quiser.
Yeah, he's saying that he can say what he wants to say.
Okay, and the other question's for Chael. Have you been concerned at all about your future political career? I know you dropped out of the race, but have you been concerned at all about your future political career with some of the comments you've been saying in the pre-hype fight, in the pre-hype for the fight?
Sure, yeah. I mean, I make all of those comments with political future in mind. And as you saw, I won by 96.3% of the vote. I'm widely popular. People like my message. And, yes, I absolutely think about votes before I send out any message.
Okay, thank you very much.
Our next question comes from Bo During from USA Today. Please go ahead.
Yes, thanks. Question for Anderson. A couple of your recent fights have had controversial finishes, or people perhaps a little bit upset with the action in them. The one that was not controversial, that had the fans cheering for you at the end, was the Forrest Griffin fight. Was there anything different leading into that fight? Anything different about your training or the way you approached it?
As últimas lutas eram um pouco polêmica, só a única que não foi aquela do Forrest Griffin, que os fãs no fim estavam torcendo para você. Teve uma coisa que aconteceu antes dessa luta que foi diferente que as outras?
Não.
No.
Okay. A follow-up question to that: it seems that perhaps from the short answers in this call that perhaps you're a little bit tired of dealing with us. Is that true?
Ele falou que pelos tipos de respostas que você está dando, está parecendo que você está com um pouco com o saco cheio de respondendo esses tipos de pergunta. É verdade?
Não.
Não.
Okay, and finally, are you disappointed with the side that Brazil was bringing to play the United States in their upcoming soccer game? They only have 4 of their players in the World Cup team.
I'm sorry, can you repeat the question? I couldn't hear it.
Brazil's soccer team is only bringing 4 of their players from the World Cup to play a friendly in the United States. Is he upset that they're only bringing 4 players from the World Cup roster here?
Ele está falando que o Brasil vai jogar contra os Estados Unidos um jogo de futebol e eles só estão mandando 4 dos atletas que foi para a Copa. Você está chateado que eles só estão mandando 4?
Cara, eu acho que é uma... Pô, o que eu vou falar disso, cara? Pô, não tem muito o que falar, né, cara? Eu acho que os outros atletas voltaram para seus respectivos clubes e vai jogar quem tá em condições de jogar, né?
Yeah, he says there's not really much to say about that. I mean, I'm sure there's other reasons behind the scenes why they're not going, and some of the other players have other obligations,